Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo.
Nerds!
Welcome, potty people.
Hi, guys. It's been a minute.
In a minute, I'm gonna need All right. Some of you may have noticed that we are now in book two.
Dose.
Two.
A witty.
Is that two in
Chichewa.
Chichewa? I can say four on up.
I know. So good.
Cool. Well, we decided since it's book two that we wanted to play a little game. Um, we're just on a little giveaway high, I think.
Yeah, I think we really like it. We're just giving people.
We just like to give. Okay. The first person who comments why we're now doing book two and gets it correct, we will Venmo you $15.
Whoa.
Must have Venmo.
Okay, but there are a few stipulations because unlike an Instagram giveaway, this one is only on YouTube and it's just if you comment and it can only be one comment per video starting from book two. So if you're seeing this video and it's the only one from book two, you can only do one comment. And don't worry, we do check our comments. So if you put a comment and we put, that's not right, and then you delete it and put another one, we'll know.
We
We'll
will
know.
know. But if you put one and then delete it and then put a new one and we never said that's not right, we won't know. So,
Yeah, we won't know. You won't know.
yeah. But I mean, the one you deleted was probably right. So,
Just be honest. Honesty is the best policy.
yeah. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Well, for this episode, we're not going to be talking about any specific fandom. We're just going to be going into some, I guess it's administrative stuff, but it's like not boring.
It's like, okay, honestly, I think this is the most tailored um podcast we have for anyone who listens to our podcast because it's about the podcast. So technically, you guys are a part of the potty army. So like this is for you.
Like Dumbledore's army.
Yeah.
Oh, the potty
Ooh.
army. Cool. So before we like jump in, uh, I guess we can preface a little bit. We're going to be doing an Ask Me Anything in this episode.
Yes.
We had some stuff up on Instagram and some people filled it out. But before we get to that, we did want to let you guys know what our goals are for book two. Paige, what's goal number one?
Goal number one, to have 100 subscribers.
Oh, what are we at right now? I should have looked that up before we started.
I think we are at 28.
I think we're at past 30 now. Oh, 36. What,
Yay!
what?
We're 36 of the percent of the way there, guys.
Yeah, 36% of our goal is fulfilled, which is a failing grade.
But you know what, though? Compared to when we began at zero, I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, infinitely better than zero, you could
Yeah.
argue.
Yeah. You really could. All right, Caleb, what's goal number two?
Goal number two, we want to have one video reach above 150 views, but we want this video to come from book two.
Yes. Because our first video ever, which by the way, isn't that bad of a video, in my opinion, is at 106 views.
108.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I
Moving
just synced
on
it.
up. Moving on up.
Cool. Paige,
Yeah.
what's goal number three?
Goal number three. Both of us will have read Name of the Wind, book number one and book number two.
Yikes.
And we want to try to do an episode on it.
Yeah, like little sub goal, we want to do an episode in book two, but like knowing my reading abilities, it'll probably be in book three. So
It's like a little asterisk, but we at least want to read it by the end of the seasons,
yes,
by the end of the book two.
yes.
Which, by the way, quick update, I have read Name of the Wind. just not the second
I
one.
I have read the title.
Although I did tell you a little bit about it.
Yeah, but I already forgot, so that's good.
Yeah, because you probably wouldn't read it. Anyway, goal number 4, Caleb.
Goal number 4. This is more of a personal goal. Um, do you guys remember in the Stranger Things episode how I took the song that we made, that and then I put it in a minor key so it sounded like Stranger Things? Okay. Well, it got me thinking I can create a legitimate theme song instead of just our little janky singing.
Which, by the way, was created on the spot.
Yes, it was.
It went something like this. Okay, Caleb, go ahead, do a little tune. And then he did that, and we were like, all right, we'll keep it.
Yeah, sounds good. The initial plan was to do a new one every single time, but then we got lazy
The
by the
second
time
one
we
was
recorded our
bad.
second one.
The second one was
Oh, we did
bad.
record one for the second one, and it was
It was bad.
stupid.
Yeah, it was like random notes, and it was like there's no jingle to it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm gonna work on a legitimate song. I mean, it's gonna be that tune. It will be that tune, but
nice.
we're just gonna put some instrumentals behind it.
A little bit of a like razzle dazzle.
Yeah. Jazz
So
hands.
yeah, those are our goals, guys, and we'll keep you updated as we go. Because like, what are goals if you don't like bring them up every once in a while, right? Vision
Yeah,
board it.
we really should put it on a vision board.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'll work on it.
Cool. Also, this isn't really a goal. This is just a little change. We've noticed that we tend to ramble. And yeah, I was just about to ramble.
About rambling. Interesting.
Yes. We have honed in on a format that we want for the podcast.
Just to utilize your guys' time better and ours.
Yeah, so you kind of know what you'll be getting into every single podcast instead of being like, all right, like what random things they're going to talk about this time? Like how long is Caleb going to drone on, you know?
Although you guys don't get to hear all of it because like when we do the editing, it's like, oh my gosh, let me just cut out this 5-minute segment. And
No,
like,
seriously, like to try to get it below 50 minutes,
yeah,
I cut out like 15 minutes at a time.
like don't get me wrong, guys. I absolutely love listening to like what Caleb has to say. And it's even me, like I ramble. And so like when we do editing, oh my gosh, I'm rambling. Let me just stop there. Anyway, we got a new format.
Yeah. So here's going to be our new format. From now on, we will be introducing the fandom. We've already kind of been doing that.
Yeah. After that, we're going to talk about why do people love or hate it.
And then we are going to discuss the top theories of the fandom.
This also includes conspiracies.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What is a conspiracy if not a theory?
You're right. Silly me.
What's the next one? I'm excited about this one.
This one, we gave a special name. It's Pop Culture Babies. So it's anything that's an offshoot from the original fandom. And did it do good? Did it do bad? Should you get into it?
An example of this, real quick, there is significant evidence that the Aragon series is heavily based off of Lord of the Rings. So
Yeah.
that's a pop culture baby.
Or like Hogwarts Legacy off of Harry Potter.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are pop culture babies, things that have resulted from the original one being so popular.
Yes. And then we will talk about the general culture of the fans in the fandom.
Yeah. Like Twihards,
Potterheads,
Trekkies.
Ringers. What are Lord of the Ring people? Tolkien's.
Sure. Or my
Middle
mom.
Earthers, hobbits.
Mom for me. Just mom for me. Get
No,
it?
I don't get it.
Anyway, so then we're gonna finish it out with how do you guys get involved? If you heard something that you liked, you're interested in the fandom, where do you start?
Yes.
We're
So that's our format. Let us know what you think about it. You probably won't have any solid ideas until you actually hear an episode done in that format, though.
but we are really excited for it. And then if you guys like the format of it, let us know if you have another idea for a segment. let us know.
Cool. Cool, 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 cool,
Cool,
cool.
cool, 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 cool. You ready to answer some questions?
Yes, now we're into the fun stuff because the other stuff was kind of boring, I think, but it's actually exciting. I was into it.
All right. Our first one that I have.
Is this one coming from NGL? Is it anonymous or is it?
I didn't get any from Instagram. All mine were NGL.
I got some from Instagram and one from Facebook.
Oh, Facebook. That's nice. I didn't get
Yeah,
any.
it was Preston, your husband.
Oh, why did he send it to you?
I don't know because it was on my Facebook. Did you have yours on your Facebook?
Yeah,
Cool.
whatever. All right, you ready for one of mine?
Yes.
Okay, I had a person ask us, you say you're an average nerd, but what topic would you say you're the most expert about?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, and then I can answer it too.
Okay. I think they're talking about culture though, because I could argue that I am an expert in. Well, no, I shouldn't say I'm an expert in wilderness because I know people who are. To the average Joe, I seem like one. I would say that I am expert in Harry Potter.
I'd agree. I'd
I
agree.
know way too much about Harry Potter.
Yeah, I would also agree. For me, I would probably say Twilight is my number one. Um, but I think it would be like followed pretty close by Stranger Things.
Yeah, when I was talking about Stranger Things, I was like, dang, she knows way more than I do. Like, I
I
feel like
like
an
it.
idiot.
You're such a trooper for listening to me talk about Stranger Things.
Well, since you got to say your number two, I'm going to say my number two is Star Wars.
Ooh, that is good. And you are really good at it. You know planet names.
Yeah, oh yeah, but here's the thing. My thing with Star Wars, it's a little bit like Wilderness, where like to the average Joe, I seem like an expert, but when you talk to an expert of Star Wars, you're just like, okay, nerd.
Well, okay, also I think to like clarify also a little bit on the expert, it's like I have a master's in that, but there's people with PhDs out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I yeah, I think I have a PhD in Harry Potter though. I'm just gonna. I do you remember the trivia game? What was that trivia game? Trivia with
Trivial
friends.
Pursuit.
Trivia with friends. What?
I don't know.
Gosh, you could like pick a subject, and then it would ask you like five questions, and it would pit you against somebody, and whoever was faster
Trivia
gets like,
Quest?
yeah, that one.
Oh.
I was I think I was number one in the country for Harry Potter at one point.
Whoa.
I was definitely number one in Idaho. I want to say I was number one in the country, but I might have just been in the top 10. But I got really high with Harry
I,
Potter
I think I was number one in Twilight in Puerto Rico, but that's just because I was trying to be silly.
in Puerto Rico.
You could like change your location.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is why we changed the format because look at us. Boo!
If you put us in a room with doors, we'd go through every single door.
Seriously. Okay, should I ask one now?
Yeah.
Um, I will ask one that's not anonymous
Ooh.
from Heidi underscore Bobidi.
Hmm.
It's our sister. Um,
I think I've heard of her.
what is your favorite trade that you can remember from past Catan games?
Oh, favorite trade. Do you have a trade ready to go? Otherwise, I'm gonna have to think about this for a second.
Um, I okay, I think we're actually getting into some controversial territory here because there are some house rules in play with some of these deals that I've made where like I've played with people where you can only use your port when it's your turn, you know?
Hmm.
So like if I'm built on an ore port and it's your turn, I can't trade two of my ore in. I'd have to wait until my turn to do that.
Yeah.
We don't play like that.
No, that
I own the port. I can use it when I want.
we're too impatient.
I don't think it's impatience. I think it's logical, you know, like I'm not sitting here trading in ore willy nilly, you know, like there is like it has to be to benefit your trade kind of thing. But like I have access to the port, so let me use the port kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So with that in mind, a lot of times I have made deals where like I've funded the settlement on someone else's port, gave them a victory point, gave them the port, but I get full access to the port the entire game. Those are that's like probably my favorite deal that I've done. And I've done it more than once, and I'll probably do it again.
I have like two. I'll do them really quick though.
Yes.
Um, this one isn't me specifically, but I love it when you get a Monopoly card, but no one knows you have a Monopoly and they think that it's a knight. And you're like, hey, I have 7 wheat. Does anyone need wheat? And then you trade out all your wheat. Everyone trades you like cards, right? And then you're like, Monopoly on the wheat. And then everyone feels betrayed. Love those ones.
Yeah, that's not really a trade. Okay. That's just diabolical.
Okay, then this story is a trade though. It was like a game like 2 months ago, and I was trying to build a settlement, and I think I needed a wood. So I had 2 sheep. So I was like, hey, does anyone want to trade these 2 sheep for a wood? Nobody wanted to because nobody wants sheep. So I was like, hey, does anyone have a wood that I could borrow? And I'll just give you your wood back. Just let me borrow it for like 2 seconds. And so somebody was like, okay. So they gave me the wood. I traded it in for a settlement, and I built my settlement on a sheep port and I traded in those 2 sheep for a wood, and I gave it back. So I really just borrowed something for like nothing. I don't know. I thought it was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. You ready for another one?
Yes.
Okay. Um, if you could interview any celebrity, who would it be?
Ooh, any celebrity. I mean, I'm inclined to say Jack Black just because enough people in my life have told me that I'm like him.
Well, that'd probably be like a really fun, really, really fun interview too.
Yeah.
Would you end
But
up dancing with him at one point?
oh, yeah, we'd probably dance and sing. I'd play the drums. I'd see if I could join Tenacious D.
Oh, cool. Cool.
What about you?
I would probably interview Aubrey Plaza just because I hear that she's like really difficult to interview and she's very like sarcastic in her interviews. So I think I would try to see how dark I could get it to be, you know?
Nice.
Yeah,
That would
just
be
for
amazing.
funsies. Yeah.
Cool. Should I just keep going? Heidi gave me 3 questions. Should I just do all of hers?
Sure.
Cool. The next one from Heidi. What McDonald's toy do you remember getting as a kid? And then she said, "Does this count as nerdy?" Yes, it does.
um, I remember when they were giving out these little Barbies and I wanted all of them, but I think I only got one because I didn't have income.
I remember so many McDonald's toys.
Okay, like shoot off some right now.
Okay, like one of my favorite ones was like it was a Hot Wheels. It was a long, skinny Hot Wheels with a fin on the back.
Nice.
Had the McDonald's logo on it.
Oh, I remember that. I used to
We used
like
to
play with
whack the
it.
back of it and it would like flip, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember that one. I remember they had like these like you like rip the cord and the thing like woo, up
Oh
into the air.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those were cool. And they've had so many Transformers things. But one toy I remember that I never got was the Pokeball
Oh,
with the
childhood
golden
trauma.
card inside.
Oh, poor
Yeah.
Presita.
Pobrecito.
That does sort of suck though, because I do remember growing up and always thinking like, wow, that's such a cool toy. And then mom and
Yeah,
dad.
yeah, that one came out around the time that you were old enough that we had to start buying you Happy Meals too. So now we just stopped going to McDonald's. Life was great when there were 4 of us.
Well, you live and you live, you know?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Yes,
If you could only read one book for the rest of your life, what would it be?
the
Besides
color
scripture.
blue.
What's the color blue?
Just like a little kid's book. I was just kidding
Oh,
because I had to think about it. Jeez, that's tough. Okay, when you say one book, like what are the parameters? Like, is it just like it has to be bound? Like,
let's do series. Let's do series.
well, no. What I'm getting at is I have a copy of the Lord of the Rings that includes all of the Lord of the Rings. Does that count as one book?
Yeah.
Okay. It would. I actually haven't even finished Lord of the Rings. I got like into Return of the King, but I would probably actually I'd probably just pick The Hobbit. I really enjoy The Hobbit.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. What about
That's
for you?
true. Um, I would probably have to say, honestly, Pride and Prejudice. It's such a classic story. Like, there's so much to delve into, but also Twilight.
Yeah, that's a tough question because it's like most of the good books are part of a series.
Well, I think also, okay, well, in that case, it would be Breaking Dawn because I like the ending, or I like it's just bigger, more stuff in it. But I think it's also a really tough question because it's like asking what your favorite breath is, you know? Because
Yeah.
I just consume so much of it that it's like, I don't know, all of them.
Yeah, it's like the more I think about it, like I'm just like I'd have to pick just like a book that's like a standalone book and doesn't have a series attached to it. And like that's not necessarily true because like I'm thinking of A Wrinkle in Time, which is just a really good book on its own.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm just like, yeah. So series wise though, I'd pick Harry Potter.
nice.
Okay. Our next question, also from Heidi. She's the best. We need to get her as a guest on here.
The best around.
Um, her question is, which Ninja Turtle is your favorite?
Oh, Raphael. Love him.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not even joking.
Okay, let's unpack this. Raphael.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? He's the only one that's willing to do what it takes. And Leonardo's always like, no, 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 we don't kill. But somebody has to kick butt and take names.
Okay, everyone knows who the best Ninja Turtle is.
Yes, I know.
It's Michelangelo.
Obviously, he's the comedic one.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
has to give Raphael some love.
Okay. Spoilers for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Ronin. Okay.
Oh,
If you're like into that stuff, just like skip ahead probably a minute and we'll be done. Okay. The Ronin comic is a comic where three of the turtles has died. They're dead. And only one turtle survived. And that turtle learned the skills of all the other three turtles. So he carries all the weapons. Okay. And he's just this bad A mofo who goes around killing people.
who is it?
Okay. Yes.
It's Mikey, isn't it?
It's Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Raphael's not the one who gets stuff done. It's Mikey.
Okay, but only because Mikey's too afraid to put himself out there to be dead in the first place.
No, it's actually because Mikey has always been the best of them. He just goofs off.
Okay, I get it. I get why he's likable, right?
No,
But
I'm not saying that like the fandom thinks he's the best. I'm saying that in Ninja Turtles canon, Michelangelo is the best at the martial arts. He's the
no,
best ninja.
I'm saying I know that, right? Well,
No, but I'm saying
now
he's
I
not just the
know.
most enjoyable. He's actually the best.
That is
Okay?
a really cool fact. Thank you for
Yeah,
telling
you're
me
welcome.
that.
You're welcome. That's
Okay.
not that's not why I like him though. It is because he's funny. You're right.
And the pizza thing. Everyone loves the pizza thing.
Okay. Next question from It's Jamins. I don't know if in his
Ooh.
head he says it's Jamin Z. He's our cousin.
Also a gem. We should have him on here.
Oh.
Up and coming actor.
His question is, what are y'all's favorite games in the Zelda series? And to that, Jamin, I'm gonna say go watch our Zelda episode.
Windbreaker.
But I think it's cool that he asked this because I've actually played Tears of the Kingdom now. So, are you ready for what my favorite Zelda is?
Yeah.
It's still Skyward Sword.
Still Windbreaker. Wind Waker.
Okay, but like, here's the thing. I feel like I didn't say this well enough in the Zelda episode. Story wise, Skyward Sword is my favorite, but I will. You are pretty correct in my love of Twilight Princess. I think that's my favorite gameplay.
How funny would it have been if I had said Smash Brothers?
Did you have another question?
Yeah, sure. Listen, you sent me this, but I can read it. It's from NGL. It said, "How big of a nerd are you, 1 to 10?"
Oh yeah, this is one of those ones that I didn't know. Did you guys know NGL just sends you messages?
Yeah, and there's stupid messages like, "I've always had a crush on you,"
Yeah,
or
like stupid.
I
But
got
this is a
one.
good one.
I got one that was like, "I haven't seen you in forever. I miss you," and I was like, "I've seen people on Instagram use that one." Awkward.
Um, okay. How big of a nerd are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
I would say a solid 7.2.
Wow, really?
I think so. I don't think I'm like all the way nerdy. I think I can talk about normal things.
Yeah, but I was gonna say that I'm about a 7, and I feel like I'm a bigger nerd than you.
But here's the thing. There's a whole realm of like nerdum that I haven't even like gotten into. Like making costumes of like those fandoms. Like I've made Halloween costumes, but not just like cosplay to cosplay. Then there's also like LARPing. Then there's also like I haven't ever really gotten on an internet fight about a fandom. I feel like I'm
I
a
have.
that's true, you have.
I guess that puts me above an 8. I'm probably 8.4.
I still sticking with my 7.2.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say 7, but hearing your 7.2 and your reasonings behind it, I guess I would be about the 8.4 range.
Yeah.
I'll bump up to 8.6 once I finally pull out my 3D printer and learn how to print
I think
Star Wars armor.
I think once I've actually been to a Comic-Con, which is a goal of mine. That's a personal goal, not a podcast goal.
Not a podcast goal. Well, it is that is we've talked about that. That is a big 5-year goal.
Like how fun would it be to be like creator guests, That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
Selling our
digress.
own Funko Pops.
Woo!
Yeah. Boo! There we went. Okay, keep going.
Yes, I feel like I haven't even been to a Comic-Con. And so like there's people who spend money on things that I wouldn't spend it on. And I think it's just because I haven't like let myself, I'm still nerdy, just not like nerd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
All
Cool.
right,
Do you have another one? Or do you want me to go again?
you go.
Okay. I gotta skip through these NGL ones because I didn't know they were fake. Which is a better duo, Mary and Pippin or Han and Chewbacca?
Mary and Pippin.
I would say Mary and Pippin as well. Ooh, I feel
Okay.
like we're gonna get some hate.
And the reason being is because I feel like Mary and Pippin are more like brothers. Whereas like Chewie and Chewbacca, or well, sorry, Chewie and Han.
I didn't even register with you that you said Chewie twice.
So like here's the thing, right? Like Han and Chewie, first of all, as a third party, non-biased, like outsider, I don't know what Chewie's saying. So I don't know how close they are. Also, Chewbacca's gonna be like 600 years old. Han is a blip in his story.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, that's my reasoning. You can go.
Well, I it's more along the lines of like they're like Mary and Pippin are more like brothers. Like I feel like Han is too sarcastic of a character to really like yes, they go together, but like I don't know, like Mary and Pippin are like together, you know. It's like you can't have Mary without Pippin, but like we have seen stories of Chewie outside of Han, like, in the prequels and stuff.
Well, if I were to go and like ask somebody when I would be like, "Hey, I say Han Solo, who do you think of?"
Leia.
Leia, not Chewie.
Yeah. I say Mary, you say,
Pippin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mary.
Pippin.
Mary.
Pippin. After for a little bit, I was like, "Am I saying Pimpin or Pippin?"
It made me think of Scottie Pippen. Oh, geez. Cool.
All right, this is my last question, so I'll just go ahead and read it. It's from NGL. It says, if you It said top movie you want to see as a live action remake and cast if you have time. And to that, I say go watch the reboot one
Yeah.
because I did have time and I did go through a cast.
But what is it?
I don't remember.
Okay, what is it now though?
Oh goodness. Hercules. That's what it was.
You want Hercules?
Yeah. I really want to see it.
Okay, this question is implying that it's already a non-live action property, right? Because
Yeah.
my answer would be The Legend of Zelda. I think that would be really cool.
Oh, that would be really cool.
I'm gonna say Halo or Destiny, actually.
Destiny as a story would be really sick
Destiny would be so sick. Oh
because
my
the Halo
gosh.
one didn't work out because that's already live action.
Yeah, well, we'll see how long that lasts. Oh my gosh, we should have a Halo episode
Yeah, we should.
with our new format.
Nice.
Okay, another question that was given to me. Would you ever write a book or direct a show?
Yes, actually, this is something that's like super fun. I'm not gonna like tell you what it's about because it's still like super personal. But one of Caleb's and I's like before the even like we thought about the podcast, we used to go on drives back into like to our home back to college because we went to college at the same time. Our favorite pastime was to create books and to create like series. And we actually stole our dad's idea for a book and we sort of made it our own.
Okay, I'm gonna cut in right here. We didn't steal his idea. He told us his idea, and we created a backstory for why it was happening. And then we created a backstory for that backstory for why that happened.
Yeah. Also, we should tell you our dad is an author.
Yeah. Does he
Yes.
have any for sale right now? I know he's written like a bunch of books, but I don't know if he's put them on Amazon yet, has he?
I don't think so, but I did illustrate one of his books last year. So it's definitely on the horizon, I think, for us, but how far away that horizon is, I have no idea.
Yeah. I remember us talking about three very specific book series.
I
There was Dad's that we like gave a pretty solid backstory to, which is dope, by the way.
It is sick. And
It's
it's not from my own opinion either. If we talk about it around people, they're like, wow, that's actually really good.
yeah, it is a cool book. It's nothing like what Dad originally planned, though.
Yeah, so we sort of have to wait for him to decide to either let us just write the book or for us just to get impatient enough to write it.
Yeah. And then the other ones I remember was Your Story. Can I say the main character's name, or do you want to keep that secret for now?
You can say it. I don't think anyone's going to take it.
Her name is Silver because she has silver eyes. It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
I have an idea for a book. It's just going to take a while.
And
And then,
then the other one was the book that I had an idea for.
yeah.
And it's actually based on a book that I wrote in 8th grade that was like a little 20-page assignment that I had to write.
Can I like say like a little thing about your book that I actually really liked, but it's not a spoiler, not really.
Yes.
Something that about Kayla's book that I actually really like is it's based in our world, but it's like a mix between fantasy and our world. And I think those are the most successful books.
Yeah.
So long story short, yes, we want to write books. How many books? We don't know all the books. Just
Will we ever get time? Who knows? But we have some pretty solid storylines.
but we have a podcast.
Yeah. And as far as directing a show, my roommate from college, Harry, him and I, we have loosely discussed a storyline for a movie, and if I ever hit it big, at least with money, like we're definitely going to make that movie, and it's going to Sundance, and it's going to be so good. It's so good.
That's true. It is good. I've like heard all about it.
Yeah, it's good.
I
So
don't.
yes, the answer is yes.
Next question.
Okay. Um, what future movie are you most excited for?
Barbie,
Great, thank you.
your turn.
Well, I'm thinking like I don't know, like I feel like I'm just at a point in my life where I really have to pick and choose what movies I go to because like for me to go to a movie, I got to get a babysitter, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you asked me a little while ago, I would have said Transformers, but now it's out and I still haven't even seen it.
I'm pumped for Barbie. It's directed by Greta Gerwig, who did Little Women, and I think it looks freaking sick. And Preston and I are watching a lot of movies this year. That's one of our goals is to go watch a lot of movies.
But you guys have like a unlimited movie pass, don't you?
Yeah, AMC is doing this thing where you pay $20 a month, you get like 3 movies a week.
Nice.
So I technically our movies are free, but on a subscription. So
Yeah, yeah. Thinking about it, I will say Tron 3.
ooh, that is a good one.
Yes,
I
I
still
am
stick by
excited
what
for
I
that one.
say. Barbie.
Cool. Um, I have one more, and it's the one from Preston on Facebook.
Ah, I love that guy.
What is your favorite style for a movie? Animation, live action, anime, etc.
Ooh, I would say live. I do like live a lot. If they do it right, like Hunger Games, Twilight, all of those, Harry Potter. I think if they do it right, I think it really just like connects to people more.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm gonna have to say live action too. Like, I mean, art in general. Like when I go and look at art that like someone's painted, I appreciate the realism art more than the abstract art.
yeah. Now that's not to knock the other ones, but I do think that they get like a lot more liberties when it comes to animation.
Yeah, well, I mean, like speaking of art, like everything kind of has its place, you know?
Hmm.
Like, um, like Into the Spider-Verse, and I guess Across the Spider-Verse, I still haven't seen that one. But like that animation style works really well for that, you know?
Yeah,
And it's like I'm not sure if it would be a better movie if it were in live action because it would just wind up being another Spider-Man.
that is true. And there is there's a place, you know?
Yeah, or have you seen Kubo and the String of Destiny or something like that?
No, I haven't.
It's like done in like a stop motion. I actually don't know if it's clay or if it's like paper mache, but it's really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like it's probably clay, but it like feels like paper mache because there's so many moving parts. Like I don't know, it's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like format of movie, I don't really have anything that I'm like fully against. Um, but I just connect more with live action. So
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like there are some movies that the tone is better in a different animation. Oh, um, Isle of Dogs and Fantastic Mr. Fox. Have you seen those?
yes, I have seen this.
Yeah, that kind of style works perfect for those movies.
Yeah.
Like Isle of Dogs wouldn't have nearly been as good if it were live action.
Well, also an animation movie, right? Like it probably wouldn't have done as well.
Yeah.
Well, those are all our questions. I think it'd be sort of fun to do this again. So watch for our anonymous questions. We do it on our Instagram and we do it on like the Two Average Nerds Instagram. So just watch for those. We'll probably do it again in book 3. Mostly just because like, we sort of like addressing you guys as well as just talking about our fandoms because like this has been a huge like hobby for us and we really appreciate everyone who listens, but also like I think it's just a fun time to talk about what we like.
Yeah. Also, don't feel weird about getting in the comments and letting us know what you want us to talk about. Like so far the only suggestion we've gotten is Name of the Wind.
Yeah.
Everything else we're coming up with on our own. So let us know what you guys want so we can tailor it to you.
Yeah, you guys are the ones listening. And if you don't want to, that's fine. Whatever. You do you.
Yeah. Also, please help us get to 100 subscribers. It's a goal.
It's a goal.
Go!
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Join the email list if you haven't. We love you.
Love you. Bye.
Wow.
Nerd.